Ladies and gentlemen, joining her and the queen of
okay, I don't like peace at all.
The queen of gossip television.
No, it's the chief of Umukwata.
And the chief of Umukwata, most important. They've not given you the title
that
today.
I love.
Ladies and gentlemen, the chief of Umukwata, proper Kwale babe.
All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together like the robots with Yatia Bakemena for OjyOkpe.
Thank you for that lovely introduction. It appears that he's been going for all those sorts of wine carrying, selling. Yes, and you know why I'm saying wine carrying? Yes, you know what that means? This year, blessings, testimony. Gonna follow. We play too much. Follow. I pray for you, Rufai. I can't wait to come and dance. Good morning, Ayo.
Victor Thompson into the studio.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you this morning? Good morning, Bimba.
I'm also waiting to dance.
Yes.
I've designed the dress, everything. Just waiting for a date.
Where are we going to?
Rufai, I know some women lining up. I've been filtering. Yes. Well, all right. We shall do it. Well, all right. Well, all right. Well, good morning to you, viewers. Let's begin what's trending in Anambra State, where a dramatic scene unfolded at the Faculty of Arts at the Nnamdi Azikiwe University in Awka after a female student attacked and beat a lecturer, Dr. Chukwudi Michael, following a heated argument. The incident reportedly began when the lecturer interrupted the student while she was recording a dance video on TikTok in the faculty corridor. Let's take a look at the video before we take some reactions.
Excuse me. Can you imagine?
This is completely unacceptable. I've been reading reports that if they don't expel this girl, they have no more respect for Unizik at this point. Apparently, this girl is a 300-level student and, you know, of history and international studies major. And I believe that she's a daughter of a lecturer at the university. I mean, I can't even imagine what happened. I know that the university has released a statement. They've said that they are going to, you know, investigate the matter. But I don't know, you know, how these young, what do they call them, Gen Zs, bite a lecturer. Let me read some reactions. This is from Chu, who wrote, imagine if there was no video or witnesses to that Unizik incident, the way the girl reacted. Do you think the public would have believed the lecturer's side of the story? Every day, when things like this happens, nobody gives the men the benefit of doubt. Well, Deborah wrote, I know by now some of you must have seen the video of a female student who assaulted a male lecturer because he interrupted her TikTok video. But what you don't know is that the man was my lecturer during my university days as a theater arts student in Unizik. Dr. Chukwudi is one of a kind, very easygoing and disciplined. Anyone that knows him can attest to this. So it's really appalling to hear that a female student from another department had the effrontery to bite him, tear his clothes, and call him names. I mean, she actually called him names. This is unbecoming. Ayo, I'd like your comment, please.
All right, thank you very much, Oji. There are so many things to say about this story. First thing is that the girl also released her side of the story. So in trying to balance both, the professor had shared what had transpired from his own perspective, and she also shared. Now, I think the danger here is that as part of her side of the story, she talks about the fact that he assaulted her, he broke her phone, he was violent, he exposed her, you know, her breast region, that she was trying to defend her dignity. The reason I'm highlighting this is because we have video evidence of this, at least to see how calm and collected the professor handled himself, even while she was still screaming and shouting. And also how it can be very easy, and that's why for today's tweet that says that this, thank God there's video evidence, because this is how, you know, people will get away with saying, oh, he tried to assault me. And I'm not trying to, you know, invalidate women who've come out to say that. But what I'm saying is that sometimes there are incidents like this where some people might take advantage of that narrative to skew it in their own favor. Now, Unizik has come out with a statement to say that they are going to conduct a thorough investigation, and that on completion of the investigation, whoever is found culpable will be brought to book. I hope they do this. This is just social media narrative conversation, but it also speaks to bigger things around values, which we've often talked about around this table. Values, especially with the way that we see adults. To be honest, whether or not it was a lecturer older than her, no human being deserves to be treated in that manner. Yeah. So whether or not she knew or didn't know, ignorance of the fact that it was a lecturer is not an excuse to attach or launch an attack on someone else because you were feeling upset. Why are we so violent? Why are we so angry and aggressive? And so I'm hoping that should be used as an example so that we can learn from this. Our lecturers, our teachers in universities and institutions need to be respected, need to be given the honor that they deserve. And in cases where they also err, we speak very heavily against them. But in this case, I hope that she is brought to the book and that whatever the nonsense has happened here will not repeat itself in our institutions.
Vimbai. Before we go to Rufai.
So she's the daughter of a lecturer as well. So it also speaks to a certain level of, shall I say it, cultural impunity, where she obviously feels that she's potentially some sort of VIP on campus and untouchable. There's impunity. I'll do what I like, and yes, she can apologize after the fact. But the way, the boldness that she showed in that video, OG, and the fact that the people who were recording were there. She didn't care that people were recording her, because in her mind, she's going to spin the story and turn herself into a victim. And I'm glad you brought up the point of, you know, we don't want to dismiss when people say, in many cases, men might say that they're the victim and then nobody believes them, or women come and say they're the victim and then it has no gender. Absolutely. I think when we speak of believing the victim or the survivor of an incident, or whatever it may be, a form of abuse, it's genderless. We have to believe people when they say that they've been abused. Full stop. Men, woman, child, boy or girl. For me, that's the biggest takeaway in this, is that usually we do like to hang on to the fact that, okay, believe women. No. Believe all of the genders. I think it's very important.
Rufai, I mean, this is such a, I felt like all three of you should comment on this, because this must be condemned. Really.
What can I say?
Yeah.
Our society is gone.
Yeah.
Our society has gone to the dogs. This is a reflection. And I'm happy about the point you made, Ayo. We come down heavily on lecturers, but I've never seen a lecturer so courteous.
Yeah.
The student was there on the road doing her TikTok. At first, was the school the place to do the TikTok video? Then he said, excuse me, and he moved on. Then she said, an occasion, with that video I saw, I'm not going to judge you, but he was moving his way. So anything that transpired, maybe she probably had gone back. Then she issued a statement saying he was trying to touch her breast.
Yeah. So then
Then she issued a statement and said he broke her phone, and all of that happened. No, now.
Right.
But in the end, she apologized. So if she did nothing wrong, why did she apologize?
Well, you know what's good about this story is that the students of the lecturer, they've been giving glowing tributes about the lecturer. They've been saying that he's calm. I mean, I'll read one. This is from Somto saying that, first of all, I know the lecturer to be very calm, respectful man in the Faculty of Arts and all of that. And we read the other tweet saying that, I mean, this is really appalling. And I hope that there will be some sort of disciplinary action that, you know, we can actually follow up on, really. We'll follow up on the story.
System
is
gone.
Yeah, we'll follow up on the story.
Let's say it here.
All right, then. We'll follow up on the story. Let's take another story now. Former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai, who has been critical of the Tinubu Administration, has alleged a plot by the government to arrest, detain, and torture him, similar to the treatment of ex-CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele. Well, El-Rufai made the claim in a post on X on Tuesday while responding to concerns raised by a supporter, Imran Wakili. In a post on his verified handle, Wakili had said he he was hearing rumors of El-Rufai's possible arrest, to which the former governor responded that he was aware of the plot as messages had been sent to him through his relations. His tweet reads in part, "Don't worry, be happy. What will be, will be." He wrote, "Dear Imran, I have been hearing these same rumors of arrest, detention, and torture in some dungeon in the NSA's office where Emefiele was allegedly tortured to resign as CBN governor since July 2024, when the so-called report of the Kaduna Assembly began circulating. They freaked out when we challenged the legality of the premeditated defamation and went to every length to compromise the judicial process, and this is continuing at the Court of Appeal. They have sent such similar messages of intimidation and threats through many of my friends, family, political associates, because they want me to go on self-imposed exile. I have now put all my previous academic and language learning plans on hold and will spend more time in Nigeria than ever before. Silence is no longer golden. Inaction has never been an option." Well, he went on to talk about how he's not afraid of arrest, and then he followed up with, "For the attention of the pathetic characters that don't sleep. Well, whenever I am in Nigeria, take notice that I intend to return in time for the launch of President IBB's memoirs, inshallah, scheduled for 20th February. Thanks, Makiki. I mean, El-Rufai's tweet was quite cheeky. I thought I should read it. It was a lengthy tweet. But, you know, I mean, he detailed how he felt. He's been speaking. I mean, he's one of the reasons we invited Daniel Bwala back on, you know, on the show so that, you know, we could address his sort of attack on the Tinubu administration. Rufai.
You see, the Tinubu administration should watch it.
Yes.
These attempts that any dissenting voices are picked up, it's not fair. A lot of people are linking that to what's happened to Professor Yusuf as we speak, although there was an initial case of corruption investigation on ground. Now El-Rufai is speaking and he's saying the allegations to pick him up. Must we have a country where there's no even opposition to talk? Please, I would like to point out, yeah, a lot of people can say El-Rufai has no justification to say all these things, but let's also ask, all the things he has said, are they lies? Has El-Rufai lied?
I don't know about the torturing of Godwin Emefiele in...
No. Has El-Rufai lied?
I mean, we don't know.
As regards Emefiele, didn't they put Emefiele in incarceration and we see the ding-dong game they played as regards getting his bail?
Yeah, we saw that fight in front of
Didn't they victimize Emefiele? Didn't you see the gestaporic side as how they went to pick up Emefiele? Did you see a great level of political motivation there? Why are we deceiving ourselves? Why are we deceiving ourselves in this country? So when you are not in cahoots with the central government, it becomes a problem. But other people can say these things and go scot-free with them. So I'm asking, is El-Rufai lying? All the things we've talked about, the fact that the North is not happy, are we not getting feelers from the North? Is he the only one speaking? All this marginalization they talked about, have we not sat here that even some Yoruba groups are complaining that Tinubu is packing Lagos boys there? Is it not here we sat down to discuss? So please, pick out the lie. Yes, you can make the argument, he has no justification. Like Wala also made the argument that if he was given that position, if he had passed security screening, he would not be saying all of this. But as what he's saying today, is El-Rufai lying?
Well, I cannot vouch for El-Rufai. I mean, people just speak as much as they can. They are free to, you know, this is a forum of public opinion at this moment. So we can't really vouch for El-Rufai. I don't know if
criticisms,
some of the criticism we've seen, right?
You can say some are from a place of far grace.
Spite, yes. I've seen some.
It's only one life we live. All of us will die one day.
All right.
There is nothing El-Rufai has said you get that has not been spotted. Look at the case of when Najatu said what Nuhu Ribadu has said before.
Right.
Since they retorted as regards the things Nuhu Ribadu said about Tinubu before, has he responded with his lawyers?
He did. He responded
After that response, and the Naira too, they brought evidence out for him. Has he responded since then?
Rufai, stop shaking.
Okay.
Go ahead.
The immediate cause, of course, is based on, obviously, Nuhu Ribadu as NSA. They're saying the fact that he criticized him. Is he not scared that they're now going to retaliate by holding him? Now, the unfortunate thing about this is the fact that there's actually an element of truth there. Like you've said, Rufai, that we've seen political actors who are not in favor of this administration, and it didn't just start with this administration, who are then targeted, whether using agencies like EFCC or the DSS or different things to target them or their businesses. If you recall, with Delifa Rotimi's case, remember he granted an interview where he said what he felt was going to happen. And almost like a prediction, it did play out almost in the way that he said we're going to apprehend him, take him to Ekiti and all that. So the fact that El-Rufai is coming out to speak out ahead of time might not be completely false. It might be based, according to what he said, on information that he has received. Now that he has put it out on the table, I'm hoping that it will be a deterrent for them to, if they were planning to take out this action without any basis or proof as to why they should, they should take him in. Every Nigerian should enjoy the freedom of speech and expression, especially if it's not slander or libelous, whereby he's not telling pockies or he's not telling lies, where he's telling the truth. Yeah. In his own case, if they decide that he's not being truthful, then let them present an alternative fact to what he's saying, right? But what I feel is, and this is why I said earlier, I love when these political gladiators are at loggerheads, because it gives us as Nigerians the opportunity to know the truth and the behind-the-scene action. So play on, let them continue, and let them continue to reveal things that happen in the background, with regards to El-Rufai. Najat Mohammed accused Nuhu Ribadu. El-Rufai has come out to say that, but he's saying what I love about him, and hate him or love him, justification or no justification, he's always been quite fearless. He said, in fact, rather than run away, he will come and stay here. Do anything you want to do to him, he will come out of prison, and everybody must die one day. So let him continue speaking the truth. We love it. But as long as it is truth, let him keep on exposing.
That is what I care about, really, the truth. I don't like to, fluff off things. I mean, these conversations will continue, and we don't know what El-Rufai is looking for. I don't know how come he's all of a sudden he's speaking. But obviously, speak truth to power. Would love to hear the truth. But I wanted to, highlight this story, Vimbai, for you to discuss. In another development, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has arraigned a man, Precious Uzondu, on a 2-count charge for allegedly refusing to accept the Naira as legal tender. The EFCC, in a statement posted on X, disclosed that Uzondu, who is a retailer, allegedly rejected Nigeria's official currency as payment for the purchase of a Cartier diamond bracelet, but instead accepted $5,700 for the purchase. The agency said his actions violate Section 20 of the Central Bank of Nigeria Act 2007, which stipulates that the currency notes issued by the bank shall be legal tender in Nigeria for any payment of any amount. I mean, I don't know if this will be termed as a welcome development, because, I mean, we've been talking about how we want to de-dollarize our economy. It's great, but, there's been reactions to this. I mean, is it that they are selecting and picking the people that they will arrest? I mean, what about, other places, like maybe Wadila Road?
So many shops
and I just want to know about the embassies as well that collect, dollars and their currencies and all of that. They're allowed to do that? Okay, go ahead.
They're allowed to do that. Okay. But I saw a comment somewhere where somebody was saying, hair vendors, we're watching you because the hair vendors.
You dollars.
Yes, because this is part of. It's just become an ecosystem where you know what? I understand the rationale where they're saying that we import these things and so forth, but it's against the law. You cannot do it. We use Naira in Nigeria, and the thing is, it points out a bigger problem, which is that, yes, we do tackle the government, and yes, we hold the government accountable and responsible for the fact that there's runaway inflation, there's a number of policies causing it. But some of the hardship is what we're causing between ourselves, for ourselves. Why on earth are you charging in dollars? There's an exchange rate that prevails on the day.
Absolutely.
Just charge that and accept but because you don't want the hassle of going to look for dollars and so forth and whatever, it's unfair, and what we're doing is we're extorting one another. So totally uncalled for. Very quickly, I just want to touch on the El-Rufai thing. I came across a tweet of his from 2014.
Okay.
I'll read it word for word. He said, on this note, I'm going to bed. He had shared several tweets. He said, I am number 7 on the GEJ snipers list. So I will only worry when GMB, Ashiwaju, Amechi, Akande, ETC are killed. That's his tweet from 2014. So there's a number of questions. So there's two sides to the story, right?
Okay, go
the
ahead.
one side of the story is that, okay, are we saying that there's a systemic failure in Nigeria where these state police are being heavily politicized and used to pursue people? That's one side. On the other side, say, this man all crying wolf.
Is it okay? I mean, that's why I said
Jonathan wanted to kill him. Now he's saying so.
I'm so happy you brought that too. That's why I told you, Rufai. I cannot vouch for El-Rufai. And thank you for the internet never lies. Thank you for highlighting that. I mean, look at this man saying that they are going to kill him at that time, and that he's number 7 on the list of those that they are targeting to kill. He wrote that on Twitter back in the days.
A couple of years ago.
Right.
Dele Farajimi revealed a plan to kill him. They didn't hurt him, but he revealed the plan. Just like this one probably revealed it. Just like he's revealing this.
That's why we're saying it's a
systemic issue, or it's either someone is crying wolf, or there's a systemic issue which goes beyond political party or
But they didn't kill him, and he's out. He served as Kaduna State Governor.
That opposition voices are stifled on a daily. People are picked up. We take these stories here.
Of course. But also, really quickly on the man that, was arrested by the EFCC for not, accepting the Naira as a legal tender. I believe that he has been granted bail, 5 million Naira and 2 shorties. A quick comment on you before we take this story.
The EFCC must be seen to be fair, right? And I'm glad that we mentioned, if they want names, we will act as whistleblowers. In fact, they don't even need people like us. Only hair vendors. How about rent?
Yes.
You see people publicly, unashamedly post adverts and quote in dollars.
Come on.
It's not just about the laziness to go and change. To be fair, it's because of the volatility of the Naira. So if you collect money today in Naira at a particular rate, when you go and change it, the rate might have changed and you are running at a loss. That's what a lot of people hedge against by charging in dollars, so that it is the dollar is more stable than the Naira, which is quite sad. But their actions is what is making it unstable. So it's a chicken and egg situation. But we need to arrest that, because it is shameful. You go to a place and they will insist and boldly put it as if you're living. And Rufai, you talked about your experience in Saudi Arabia, where you cannot spend, they are proudly, spending their currency. We need to push that. So they shouldn't be selective in justice. If this man has been arrested by the EFCC, so that we won't have a Bobrisky situation where you only pick a select few people for spraying. Everyone, and I tell them that they don't even need to come to us to ask. Just open your newspapers, those real estate papers, and you see all of them pricing in dollars.
Well said, Ayo, well said. I mean, the EFCC, you cannot be hand-picking. I love this. Kudos to the EFCC, though, on this actual story. We'll take another story now, just to lighten up the mood here. The founder of Living Faith Church, Bishop David Oyedepo, was trending on Tuesday after a 2024 video resurfaced online showing where he claimed that his aircraft, which has been a subject of controversy, was not purchased using church members' offerings. In the video, Oyedepo stated that the purchase of his aircraft was an act of divine provision, emphasizing that no pressure was placed on church members to contribute, calling it a fulfillment of God's plan. Let's take a look.
He bought the aircraft, first aircraft, without any prayer, without any idea that the aircraft was coming. He said it, he delivered it. Nobody had any pressure on his life. There was no reminder on the offering. The offering didn't buy it, God bought it. There was no person contacted under heaven. God said it, I believe it. That settles it. It wasn't an ambition, it was an unveiled divine agenda. If God asked me, David, when do you want that aircraft to be bought? I said, God, take it easy. Take it easy. We are not near ready. aircraft. Okay, let me find out first how much they sell it. He didn't give us the room to find out. We traveled around Africa with it.
All right, I mean, spiritual man is really in touch with God. I mean, I love this story in a way that...
I'm sorry, can I ask a question?
Okay, sorry.
In whose name is the aircraft?
Oh, he purchased it, of course, but he didn't use church members' offering to purchase the
tax
aircraft.
returns?
Rufai.
No, no, I'm sorry. What is his tax returns? Because a man that can purchase a private jet must be able to show us a litany of personal tax returns. Mm-hmm. So what is his tax returns?
All right.
What is the viable business venture that he's been doing all of this while? Yes, I support him. Okay. It's not church money, right?
Yes.
But what is his tax returns? Okay. What is his tax trajectory?
Okay.
Let's see all those evidence. And the kind of business he personally runs as an individual, LC, that brings this kind of returns to him, that out of the abundance he can purchase a private jet. Once he does those transparency things, there's no qualms about it. Me, I don't have problems with that. He can use money to buy anything.
Does he own a university?
He owns, no, the church. So that's not him.
Church. Oh, it's not him.
So that's not him.
So you're saying,
so probably if he says it's him, it's not church money. I believe him.
Okay.
But also he shows transparency with his own personal
his
tax.
His own personal
tax return. His own personal business is doing. You know, his own personal establishment. That's just transparency.
Rufy, Ayo, this is your constituency.
Okay, so let me come in here. Thank you very much.
All right.
So this is what is traditionally called testimony time.
Okay.
Let me just give, as a member of the constituency.
Yes.
So you can have an opportunity to talk about supernatural experiences, including times when God divinely provides for you. What he was trying to highlight there was the fact that he didn't put pressure on members of the church to buy him a jet. They came together out of their own free will.
Oh, so the members actually donated?
They did.
Yes.
Okay. No, the money didn't come from heaven.
But I thought he said it was divine.
No.
He
didn't. Yes, people come together. It was a gift, and he said that what he was trying to highlight was that he didn't put pressure on the people to give him.
It wasn't a country where people are suffering.
Wait, hold on. People have a right to do whatever they want to do with their money.
Right.
Right from the days of the Bible, when David was going to build the temple, the Israelites were coming out of captivity from Egypt, but they understood the principle of giving, and there's a lot to be said about a lot of people coming together to keep their little to become much. And so I just wanted to clarify that people have a right to choose. If I want to give my entire salary to my pastor, it's my business.
Okay.
You can check my sanity. You can check whether I've been. That's my business.
Rufai has his hand.
I'll just end by saying this: that when it comes to pastors, yes, I know there are some fake pastors, but we shouldn't use the same brush for everyone. There's some people who have paid their dues, who have given a lot back to society, and so people want to give back to them. I give to pastors and I give to the church.
Yes,
so I can say
with
that.
due respect, in a country
I like that.
with a mammoth level of poverty,
yes,
we are saying people congregated, give somebody such a gift.
Yes. But he's using
hang on a minute. We have billionaires attending his church.
Yeah.
Does the optics look good in this sort of a country?
He's using the aircraft, like he said in the video, to travel around. He's gone to Africa, around Africa.
He's using it to travel around. But does
USA.
the optics look good? Because we all talk about piety. Okay. We all talk about the life of Christ and denial.
All right.
That's just my point.
I know we're going to the next story. Yeah. Very quickly, I know his church transcends Nigeria, also transcends Africa.
That's what I say. He goes everywhere.
So, I believe that there are people from all over the world who he has probably helped or who have experienced some type of blessing through him, who can appreciate him. Yeah. Now, I've lived this experience. I have personal testimonies of how I've seen some of these people, especially from, exotic places around the world, who will give all they have just to gift a pastor or to give their pastor because maybe their family member was healed from the prayers or whatever. So some people won't value money because I think after you've experienced a miracle, your value for money. So if they have the money, they give some very extravagant gifts.
It's private jet they give now.
I have seen that.
The money was donated, like Ayo said, free will to purchase. It's good that this clarification is out now. Well, all right. We'll take our next story under entertainment. Legendary Afrobeats musician Innocent Two-Face Idibia has finally addressed rumors surrounding his relationship with the deputy majority leader of the Edo State House of Assembly, Natasha Osawaru, saying that she had nothing to do with his separation from Annie. Well, on Monday, the singer disrupted the House of Assembly after attending a plenary session, sparking rumors about his relationship with the lawmaker. Well, in a video posted on X, Two-Face expressed his affection for the lawmaker, saying that he loves her and wants to marry her. Let's take a look.
And Honorable Natasha, I see she has been dragged, she has been called all sorts of names, she has been labeled as a homebreaker, you know. She is a young, brilliant, amazing young woman. You understand what I'm saying? And she had nothing to do with, you know, what's happening between me and Annie in our marriage. You know, she has absolutely nothing to do with that. But I see everybody allegedly trying to, you know, rope her into everything. Yes, I love her. She's amazing. She's cool. You know, I want to marry her. Understand what I'm saying? So that on one side. Then on the other side, me and Annie, we don't fight, we don't quarrel. You know, we have a good understanding of ourselves and what's going on. So allegedly, everybody that has been saying stuff allegedly, keep alleging. We shall continue to be alleging.
We shall continue to be alleging. Alleging. We broke this story yesterday. And look at this man has come out now to profess love for the Edo Deputy Speaker of the House. Ayo, you were the one trying to say, she has debunked the story, or she has debunked the rumor. You were trying to cover it up, or go ahead.
So we're even protecting the name.
Protecting
so the man has now come. What is there to add to his public proclamation of love? Do you understand? You know, on a serious note, he's made his choice. There are two single people. But I was saying, though, that when it comes to you being in the public eye, both of them are in the public eye, one for political reasons and the other for entertainment. I do think that in the way that things were handled, he probably could have handled it better. In my estimation, he's actually thrown her under the bus. We're trying to even protect her identity on this show, and there he has exposed her to the world. And so people have been dragging her. You know, he said even in that video that people have been sending her death threats, letters threatening her. He didn't need to put her through all this.
No, he didn't.
He didn't. So I don't think, I think in this case, it was a very selfish move to have come out with this video to protect himself and be saying, no, you're alleging. Well, not alleging, we're trying to protect you and the woman. But
no, they're not talking about you, because you didn't
allege. No, I'm just saying that even people who were doing it, who were alleging and just saying, oh, leave it. We're trying to bury the story.
Absolutely.
And look, then
but he came about, this is what love is all about, right? He's professing his love. He wants people to know that he loves this woman. He wants to marry this. I love the African story. African men are allowed to marry many women. Go ahead.
My concern is just this. I hope women are watching.
Right.
At some point, Annie Macaulay was the African queen.
She was the African queen.
But in all of what they do, I just hope they put the interests of their children first. That's my priority.
Absolutely.
Well, my heart is their daughters, their young girls who are watching this.
But I mean, you know, he said that they are good, they are friends. Nobody should cry more than the bereaved. It is okay, people get separated and people live happily ever after. What can I say? Congratulations, Two-Face. No, well, until we hear from Annie. But that's what he's come out to say. We've not heard from Annie. Congratulations, Two-Face. We will come for your wedding. Why not? Well, all right. Shall we head over to the United States now, where the world's richest man, Elon Musk, briefly changed his social media handle to Harry Balls, tweeting, "Democracy in America is being destroyed by judicial coup." Well, here is a video of when CNN anchor Dana Bash, who did not seem so thrilled, mentioned how Musk, whom she called the disruptor-in-chief, changed his X handle to Harry Balls. Let's take a look.
Now, the disruptor-in-chief, Elon Musk, who apparently has adopted the alias, at least he changed his social media handle to Harry Balls, tweeted this morning, "Democracy in America is being destroyed by judicial coup. An activist judge is not a real judge."
This was so funny. I mean, Musk tweeted, Make them say my name. I mean, this man is catching cruise right now. I mean, there's a picture of the day that we have of Elon Musk's visit when he went to the White House. If you can pull up that picture for me, it was the picture of the day with his beautiful son, a handsome son, at the end of the day, really quickly. Rufai.
I thought you said Rufai. It's a play on something a little bit crude. That was said, a joke from a while ago.
Yes.
But like you said, this I think I finished him already earlier. But just to rehash what I said about this Pretoria boy who thinks that he's reliving his life in apartheid South Africa.
Yes.
Apartheid is over, darling. It's not coming back. Play to the gallery as much as you like, but the struggle continues, and we will never be a colony again.
All right. Be on fire. All right. I'd like to thank you all for your great analysis, as always, on What's Trending. Well, that's all I have for you guys on What's Trending today. I'll see you all tomorrow.